Welcome to One on One on God One on One. Our guest today is the winner of Big Brother 27, Ashley. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited to talk to you. Now, before we get into Big Brother things, being that I put God first, I would like to know about your relationship with God. Has He always been in your life? Do you have a personal relationship with the Lord?
Yes, absolutely. God has always been in my life. My parents raised me in the church. I came from a Christian household. We would go to church every Sunday. In high school, I would even go to church on Wednesdays. They had like a youth Bible study that day. So yes, God's definitely always been in my life, especially this past year for sure. Now that I've officially adulting and out of law school and college and all those things, I have actually had time to, get that in my week every Sunday. I try to go to a church. I go between two different churches in New York, one in Brooklyn and one in Manhattan. And yeah, I definitely leaned on God in the house for sure. Especially those last few weeks, I started reading the Bible more because it was, less people to share it with. So I think, that really helped push me over the edge to make it through those last few weeks.
What was your prayer life like in the Big Brother house?
Oh, every night I prayed. Every night I prayed. I prayed for strength. I prayed for guidance. And I just prayed that, whatever is for me will be for me. And whatever is not is not. I remember the night before the finale, I just prayed to God and was like, I would love for this to happen, but just bring me peace with whatever does happen. And I woke up with such a clear mind. I was not nervous during that last HOH competition. I was like, you know what? At worst, I'm second, you know, and at best, I'm first if I win this. And I just was very at peace with whatever the outcome was. I knew what is for me wouldn't miss me. And thank God that this was for me. But if it wasn't, I was going to have peace with that too, truly.
You said at worst you have second. Does that mean that Morgan told you if she won the final HOH, she was going to take you and not Vince?
She hinted at it. She hinted at it. I wasn't 100% sure, but I felt in my gut, like I prayed about it and I was like, I feel like I put in the work planting these seeds this week, got to work, and I felt like she was going to take me. And then it wasn't until after the finale when I saw her interview with you and people told me she really was going to take you. I was like, oh, wow. But I prayed about it. So I felt in my gut that she was going to take me, but she never confirmed to me that she really was.
Had you sat next to Morgan in the final two seats, do you think you would have won?
I didn't, which is why I didn't take her. But at the same time, after talking to people, I guess it would have been close. So I guess it would have been close, especially because some of the jurors told me my speech after when we were talking. They're like, "Your speech." They're like, "I don't know. Like it could have swayed me depending on what her speech was." Obviously, I knew she was a comp beast, which is why I didn't want to sit next to her. And she controlled a lot of Vince's game, which that's a very great point to make in a final speech. But I'm not sure how it would have played out after hearing things from the jurors. It's mixed reviews, so I'm guessing it would have been close. But why be close when you could just blow it out the water?
Now, you went to Georgetown Law. You had
Yes,
a job with a top New York law firm, and you applied to
yes,
Big Brother. Why?
yes. Oh my gosh, I just was praying for something new. I knew for me, well, one, I've been watching Big Brother for years, and I always said, when I turn 21, like I'm going to go and audition for Big Brother, and I'm going to go on it. And then I turned 21 and decided to apply to law school, and I started law school at 21. So there just was no time for Big Brother during law school. Obviously, you need to spend the summers, going to internship, interviewing and then getting an internship and doing that internship. That's actually how I got my job at my law firm. I summered there the summer before. And so that's kind of the pathway. And so I felt like, you know what, if I'm going to go for law school, I have to just go all out and really just give it all I have. And, my parents always told me, you can get a degree. And if you decide to do something else after, that's fine. But a degree is something that nobody can take away from you. It's something you will always have to lean back on and fall back on if your dreams and other ambitions don't work out. And so once I graduated, I decided I'm going to go for my dreams. And that's kind of what led me to here. Yeah.
We always say expect the unexpected on Big Brother. Was the
Yes.
experience anything close to what you expected?
Oh my gosh. That's a very interesting question. I would say yes and no. Yes, in the sense I knew it would be really crazy living with so many people. I've like lived alone the past 4 years, so that was took a lot of getting used to, that's for sure. And additionally, I would say just all the competitions. I thought there would be more. As a viewer, it makes it seem like there's a competition all the time. But what people don't know is how much downtime we really do have. And in that space, you're supposed to game and you're supposed to strategize and do all of these things. But you don't realize how much time you actually have. And two, oh my gosh, wall comp and those physical endurance comps are extremely hard. So if anyone's watching this and wants to do Big Brother, please work out. Those competitions are very intense, very intense.
Now, people always say, one of the things that changes them in Big Brother is the relationships for life. Who do you
Yes,
see being in your life forever as a result of being on Big Brother?
that's a very good question. I would say definitely Will, definitely Rachel. I think Amy and everyone else. I think we'll see. I think we'll see. I think those are the three. I feel pretty confident that we will be in each other's lives forever, and everyone else, we'll see how things play out. And what conversations are had.
What you looked like you were having a great time the whole summer,
I
but
was.
what was the hardest thing about Big Brother?
Ooh, the different personalities of people.
Hmm.
I would say our cast was definitely a cast where wasn't necessarily like last season where everyone got along. It was a lot of pockets of people and a lot of people that didn't necessarily get along. So that made it more challenging for sure. All of the different personalities. I'd like to, pride myself on being able to communicate with a variety of people, having my legal degree. But when people have completely different backgrounds, completely different upbringings, completely different beliefs, sometimes the way they talk to you can make it very difficult to be able to communicate very well. So I think that was one of the things that is the most challenging for sure.
Well, your arguing skills and communication skills came through loud and clear. It was a masterpiece. How different would your speech have been if you had to sit next to Morgan?
Very good question, Ms. Julie Chen. I definitely was going to have a different argument. So, as attorney, you definitely have to prepare counter arguments for both. You have to be prepared to pull what they're going to say and kind of predict what they're going to say. And I knew Morgan was going to say, not only did she win competitions, but she had an amazing social game. And for me, poking hole in that argument would be, although I wasn't a competition beast, I was not a threat. I wasn't even on the block as an original nominee for 9 weeks. I was able to get myself block week one and never go back. Original nominee. And, to those naysayers who say it was because I didn't win competitions, people weren't threatened by me. My counterpart here, Morgan, she didn't win a competition until day 54, but she was a target far before day 54. She was a target by Jimmy, Keanu, and Rachel. And so that's how I was kind of going to flex, I got to where I am truly because of my social game. And although she would say that she did too, that wasn't necessarily the case. If I did not vote to keep her on that Riley vote, she would have not stayed. So those are going to be my arguments for sure next to Morgan.
You won $750,000 after taxes. You have to pay your taxes. It's going to be uh, somewhat less. What are you going to do with the money?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I everyone keeps asking me this question. I would say I'm definitely going to invest. I'm going to invest my money in either trust or index a mutual fund. Definitely something that can exponentially grow, as well as potentially invest in a property. I'm really looking into potentially buying a condo, especially once I get a new full-time job. Whenever that happens, granted, I think I'm going to explore the opportunities that the entertainment industry has for now, just because, those are my dreams too. And I think, you have to get it while it's hot, right? You have to like go and pursue things while it makes sense. And so I definitely want to pursue opportunities in acting and, commercial modeling or TV hosting, maybe. I don't know, aside maybe a red carpet or two. I would absolutely love to do things like that. So I'm definitely going to use the money to kind of sustain my lifestyle while I'm pursuing all of these things before I get a full time job. and definitely help take care of my parents. Granted, they are fine on their own and they probably won't take my money, but at least treat them to a vacation because they don't want a dollar from me. However, I want to take care of them.
That's number one.
So you talk about exploring, acting and hosting and who knows the entertainment world before you get a full-time job. Does that mean you hope to one day at this point go back to law?
I think I could see myself going back to law. Yes, I think being an entertainment attorney would be the space that I would love to be in. So it kind of mixes both my passions together. So I'm able to use my like intellectual tenacity while also having, being able to be in an environment that I just truly love and am entertained by and am interested in. So
Final question, Ashley. Would you do Big Brother again, another time?
I actually would. I would do Big Brother again. I've been getting a lot of live feed or live, DMs and messages about, I guess the whole winter season. I would absolutely do that. I think, I have, love to be in alliance with Chelsea, Xavier, Rachel, Taylor. There's so many people. So I would absolutely do Big Brother again. I had an amazing experience. I'm truly blessed for my time there. And I truly thank CBS production and casting for believing in me.
Well, Ashley, big congratulations to you. Godspeed, God bless you, and just enjoy every single moment of this. What an amazing season. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julie. And thank you so much for having me. And God bless you as well.
Until we meet again, thank you, Ashley.
Until we meet again. Bye, Julie.
Bye.